what defines greatness. You have to have the talent. But you don't have to have bundles of talent. That's the mistake that people make. You have to have enough talent, but you have to have the character and stay in the game and fight.
Champions do not negotiate with themselves. That's what the champion athletes that I've worked with have taught me many, many times.
So if you had to pick one attribute for a extremely high performer or athlete, what would be the one attribute that's the most important?
Getting to the top is unimaginably difficult. Staying there is even harder. Sustaining that over time is not about talent, as Bill just said. So for me, they kind of go hand in hand. Discipline and commitment. Mental toughness, you've taught me, the definition of that is disciplined thinking and disciplined action under pressure and fatigue. So discipline to commit to things especially when you don't feel like it. The alarm clock goes off at 5:30 in the morning, 5 a.m. It's raining outside, it's dark, it's wet. I know I've got 4 sessions ahead of me. 2 on the pitch, 1 in the gym, then a rehab, whatever it is. There's every ounce of me that just wants to pull the duvet over my head and just have an extra half an hour of sleep. But champions do not negotiate with themselves in those moments. It's doing it, especially when you don't feel like it. In those moments, and there are many, that's what the champion athletes that I've worked with have taught me many, many times. So for me, it would be discipline and commitment.
There are 10 steps to greatness. Step 1 is when you start playing at school level, you make the school team. You're on step 1 to greatness. Step 1 to 7 are dominated by talent. Have you got the talent to go through to the next stage? People are looking for talent at that stage. But you get to stage 7 and that becomes the moment of truth, because then it becomes, just as Thomas described so well, it becomes very, very challenging. So that's when it changes to becoming character and talent. Your character takes over. When you get to step 7, almost all of them can go through to the highest level. But when it gets tough, only character can see you through to there. So character and talent, the question is what defines greatness? You can't separate the two things. You have to have the talent. But you don't have to have bundles of talent. That's the mistake that people make. You have to have enough talent, but you have to have the character. You have to have the character to face the daily challenge that Tom's just described so well, and stay in the game and fight and plough through injuries and get back on the field. And I think that I would say the answer to your question, what greatness, has to be enough talent plus great character. Sorry, my voice is going a bit.
You want a glass of water or something?
Parkinson's problem. I've got a drink here, but it just goes anyway. So it's going to be one of the... It's interesting that the Parkinson's... I got Parkinson's the same time as 2 other of our friends, similar age. And I've emerged from it far better than them, luckily. But I think one of the reasons is that the things we're talking about, I apply to my Parkinson's every day. There's a great story one of my players sent me. Clint Eastwood was playing golf, and his golf partner said, "How old are you, Clint?" He said, 88 on Monday. He said, "How are you celebrating?" He said, "I'm starting a new movie." He said, "How do you manage?" He said, "I wake up every morning and don't let the old man in. I wake up every morning and don't let the old man in." And I think that's what sports psychology has done for me at this stage of my life. I try and be, every day I set myself the challenge to be the best 79-year-old with Parkinson's that there is. And that's sometimes I'm a victim, sometimes I'm not so good, sometimes I'm a fighter, but it's got me through some difficult phases. So I think the character thing, what Tom was talking before about it's made him a better person. And that's what I've realised with sports psychology. It makes you a better person because I'm teaching people. I need to do it myself. I'm learning while I'm teaching them.
I've been getting tons of messages asking about my health protocols ever since I did the world's heaviest marathon. The experience took a toll, and getting back to optimal health has been an absolute journey. That's where Marek Health have been absolutely essential. Their approach is beyond quick fixes. It's about long-term health and performance. They work with medical professionals to create personalized, evidence-based plans tailored to your needs, using pharmaceutical-grade treatments and cutting-edge diagnosis. Whether it's TRT, peptides, supplements, or like me, getting full health analysis to get you back on track, Marek Health provides everything that you need. And it's not just for athletes. If you're an entrepreneur or businessman like me, you might want that renewed focus, clarity, and energy. That's when Marek Health can get your brain performing at its peak. From comprehensive blood work to customized health plans, Marek gives you the tools to optimize your life. If you're ready to take control of your health, go to marekhealth.com and use code Mulligan for 10% off. The link's down below. I can't recommend them enough, and if you just wanted to get started, I would go and get your blood work done. Go get assessed, find out where they can help you. Use the link down below for 10% off using code Mulligan. Let's dive back into the video.
See, one of the great things that Bill doesn't often allow me or accept necessarily the thanks and the praise that he richly deserves. And the thing is, one of the implicit lessons is that you can hear him speaking now about a very real challenge in his life. And he's been courageously vulnerable. I mean, he naturally is vulnerable and open with the challenges that life presents him. And I think that's what that's taught me at a deep, deep level is that life is challenging. It is difficult. We all go through difficult challenges. But one of the great phrases that he just mentioned again, and I want to highlight it, is it's our choice. It's my choice. Am I a victim or am I a fighter? But one of the greatest courages, if you like, the greatest form of courage is to be vulnerable.
Yes.
And to be yourself in that space. It's absolutely part of life. In fact, any elite athlete will tell you that 99.9% is spent in the darkness. It's difficult, it's tough, it's grueling, it's unimaginable to anybody that doesn't operate in those realms. For 0.1% in the light. So it's easy to assume that elite sport is glitz and glamour and the things that we see on the television and the trophies and the medals and the league titles. But the truth is, what's beneath that is great character. And what is great character? To be courageously vulnerable. I mean, we all feel it, don't we? Listening to him speak about the challenge of Parkinson's. Well, aren't we liberated at a deeper level to learn some of that wisdom at some place within ourselves? Touch that space that says, that's an area that I'm vulnerable about, but that's okay. It's my choice. I can respond to it, share that with others, speak about that, find someone that you can talk to. Fight for the solutions. Don't let the old man in, like Clint Eastwood speaks about. That's the power of a great teacher. It's wisdom.
So greatness includes vulnerability. Greatness includes being able to say things like, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Can you help me? I need help. And those athletes that come to me have crossed that threshold. They've said, I need help. That's a major step forward for them in reorganising their mindset, changing their story. I need help. A generation ago, no, athletes wouldn't say that. This generation is wonderful. They will say that.